welcome to Light On, Light Through, episode 64, with some thoughts about the 40th anniversary of our species walking on the moon. Yeah, it's been 40 years since we humans walked on the moon on July 20th, 1969. I was thrilled at the time, watching the landing with my girlfriend Tina. We later got married, have a family, and I still am thrilled about that moonwalk. But I already could tell way back then that it was going to be a long, long time before our species got much farther. Because lots of people, even back then, didn't seem to care all that much about this extraordinary accomplishment. The most extraordinary in many ways in our history. Walter Cronkite certainly did, and it's an odd twist of the cosmos that he passed on into the cosmos so close to this 40th anniversary. I remember even Walter Cronkite was surprised back then that not everybody was excited about our getting to the moon. Some people were saying that it was the Vietnam War, that it soured many people on anything connected with the military, and I was certainly an opponent of the Vietnam War. But I think it was much more than that. I think there are some people, many people, who just didn't and still don't see the big deal about getting off this planet and out into space. For me, it's always seemed crystal and pressingly clear. And the reason is not just scientific, not just economic. Sure, it's always good to find out new scientific information. I think it would help the economy if we got out into space, would open up all kinds of new resources, all kinds of sources of energy that we don't have access to from on this planet. So those factors play a part, but I don't think they're the most important reason that we need to get off this planet and out into space. That reason for me is simply this. I don't think we'll ever truly know who we are from our vantage point down here on this planet. You know how you feel when you walk around sometimes in the wee hours of the morning and you look up at the sky and you see all those stars twinkling? I think it's really clear then that we're living on a planet that's part of an immensely larger universe. And until we see some more of that firsthand from much closer by than down on this planet, we'll be lacking a crucial piece of our self-awareness and will be blocked in our journey of discovery. To borrow from Socrates, I think we'll never be able to truly know ourselves from just on this planet. And once upon a time, against all odds, we did make it off this planet, and we did it more than once. But we followed up with missions. And even though they were heroic and valuable and brave astronauts lost their lives, they didn't really push the human envelope beyond the moon. Not much beyond the moon at all. So where will we be 40 years from now? Well, looking back on this day, it's now July 19th, 2009, pretty close to July 20th. I certainly hope we're further than we were 40 years ago, and further than we are today. Hey, I'm Paul Levinson of Levinson News Clips, and if you would like a review of your favorite television show, maybe 30 minutes to an hour after the show has finished airing on television, and a review that's not going to take up much of your time, just 4 or 5 minutes, you want to go to Levinson News Clips. That's right, I have reviews of 24, Lost, Heroes, Battlestar Galactica. I'll be doing something for Caprica, that's for sure. Californication, Wired, The Tudors, everything. And you can get them really within an hour after the show has been broadcast for the first time, sometimes even a little faster. So that's LevinSonNews nbsp.com. Levinson News Clips. Come on, you know you want to do this. If you're in a class somewhere in a boring office and you're thinking about that episode of Lost, you can do more than think about it. Just go to Levinson News Clips and you'll hear some of my reviews and views of that show. Levinson News Clips. LevinsonNewsClips.com. TV reviews. I wanted to let you know about one of our new sponsors. You've certainly heard of them, Blockbuster Video. And you will find a place on the lightonlightthrough.com webpage where you can click on the Blockbuster link, and that will bring you to Blockbuster's webpage, and there will be a code that you will automatically have attached to your account when you click through that link. And listen to this, you'll get a 50% discount on your special membership fee with Blockbuster Videos, which gives you all kinds of benefits. And you know, one great advantage of Blockbuster is you can get the videos you rent, you can get the DVDs through the mail, or you can go into any Blockbuster video store and pick them up in person. So it's a great way to see a movie or watch some television shows as well.
Athens, 2042 AD. She ripped the paper in half, then ripped the halves, then ripped what was left again into bits and pieces of history that could have been. Sierra Waters had read once that, years ago, it was thought that men made love for the thrill, while women made love for the sense of connection it gave them. Sierra had always done everything for the thrill.
She ripped the paper in half, then ripped the halves, then ripped what was left again into bits and pieces of history that could have been. Entertainment Weekly says the plot to save Socrates is challenging fun. The New York Daily News says it's a Da Vinci-esque thriller. And Curled Up with a Good Book says Sierra Waters is sexy as hell. You can find out more about the plot to save Socrates by Paul Levinson at theplot2savesocrates.com.
The Light on Light Through podcast.
And that's the sweet music of our promo suite. And you're going to hear promos from Mike Thinks News, the savviest podcast in town. You're going to hear from the Night Guy in Israel, for Sean Farrell's audiobook of my first novel, The Silk Code. We're just about out of time. I look forward to talking to you next time. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Check out the Mike Thinks podcast, www.mikethinks.com. News and current events with an opinion. The Mike Thinks podcast. It's the news you missed. www.mikethinks.com.
The time in Israel is 2 minutes after midnight. Your life is ticking away, moment by moment. Your coffee is getting cold.
The time in Israel is 41 minutes after midnight, and that's true, by the way.
Hi there. Do you think this world is surreal enough? Join me for an exploration of the most surreal aspects of this world on a podcast gone horribly wrong. Interviews with creative people, 100-word stories, short essays, and much, much more. Find me at nightguy.guidefeed.com. Come and join the fun, and may you never have to listen to music you don't like.
Did you hear the
The Locus Award-winning novel by Paul Levinson comes to life in this free podcast novel. Journey into the ancient world, witness the wonder of ages past, and join Phil D'Amato in a struggle against forces both ruthless and unseen. Visit www.thesilkcode.blogspot.com to learn more about the author and the novel. And subscribe today at podiobooks.com.